Would you believe that right now, in 2026, there are 12 brand new gas-powered SUVs already losing their value at a shocking rate? Not because they're old, not because they're electric, but because the market is running away from them. According to CarEdge data, some of these vehicles are losing over 70% of their value in just 3 years. If you own one of these, you've already lost thousands. And it's only getting worse. Today, we're counting down the 12 biggest depreciation disasters money can buy right now, going from bad to absolutely catastrophic. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with a name most people trust, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. But in 2026, that trust is being tested hard. Consumer Reports rated the Grand Cherokee among the least reliable vehicles for 2025, and the numbers back it up. At around $55,000 to start, owners are on track to lose roughly 52% of their investment in just 3 years. That's over $28,000 gone before you even think about selling. And here's what's driving that collapse. The 5th generation Grand Cherokee L has been recalled 15 times since its 2021 launch. 15. That's not a typo. Owners are dealing with infotainment screens randomly going blank, taking navigation, climate control, and backup cameras with them. The 4e plug-in hybrid version has been recalled for sudden power loss while driving. And if you were one of the buyers who paid dealer markups back in 2022 or 2023, the situation is even worse. Many are now underwater, owing more than the vehicle is worth. For a nameplate this iconic, this is a brutal fall from grace. The Nissan Armada has always lived in the shadow of the Escalade and Yukon, but at least it used to offer a V8 at a competitive price. Not anymore. Nissan ditched the V8 for a turbocharged V6, and traditional full-size SUV buyers are furious about it. They came for the rumble, the simplicity, and the proven durability of a big 8-cylinder. What they got instead was a complex turbo engine at a premium price, because the Armada now starts around $60,000 and climbs past $75,000 fully loaded. The result? Nearly 54% depreciation in 3 years. The Armada's reputation as the budget full-size option is baked into used car buyer psychology. No matter how much Nissan charges new, the used market refuses to play along. That gap between what Nissan wants the Armada to be and what buyers actually think it's worth, that's exactly where your money disappears. Stellantis promised the Wagoneer would go toe-to-toe with the Yukon and Expedition. Instead, it delivered an electrical nightmare that's bleeding value fast. Kelley Blue Book data shows a 2024 Grand Wagoneer Series 2 that sold for $91,000 new is now worth around $54,000 after just 18 months. That's 41% gone already, and it's still dropping, on its way to 54% over 3 years. The Wagoneer L is massive in size and massive in problems. Families have been stranded on road trips. Owners are hiring lemon law attorneys. And in 2026, word has spread. Buyers are terrified of what happens when that 36,000-mile warranty expires on a $90,000 truck that already feels like a liability the moment you drive off the lot. When a brand new luxury SUV generates this many horror stories this quickly, the used market simply walks away. Land Rover has a reputation for stunning design and a price tag to match. But the resale story is a completely different conversation. According to CarEdge, the Range Rover Sport drops 55.5% in just 3 years. And on a vehicle that starts well above $80,000, the dollar loss is absolutely brutal. The reliability record explains exactly why. The 2024 model has been recalled 5 times, with issues including oil leaks, transmission failures, and rear-view camera malfunctions. One recall involved transmission oil pressure dropping so severely that the clutch shifted into neutral while driving. Let that sink in. Your $80,000 SUV randomly going into neutral on the highway. Owner forums are packed with stories about air suspension failures and electrical meltdowns. People who love these vehicles describe them as beautiful but unreliable, and the used market prices them accordingly. Once that warranty is gone, buyers run, and the depreciation curve gets even steeper. The Jaguar F-Pace is what happens when a great driving SUV gets abandoned by its own brand. Jaguar announced it's going all electric and discontinuing nearly all of its gas-powered models, leaving F-Pace owners holding a vehicle with no future and no brand behind it. Who wants to buy a used SUV from a brand whose entire future is a massive question mark? Parts availability, warranty support, dealer network, all of it is up in the air. The market is pricing that uncertainty in hard. With 56% depreciation over 3 years, F-Pace owners are losing nearly $30,000. After 5 years, the losses can exceed 70%. Jaguar said 2025 would be the final year for the F-Pace, yet it's somehow still being produced into 2026. That indecision from the brand only adds to buyer confusion and kills resale confidence even further. It drives well, it looks great, and it's worth almost nothing on the used market. On paper, the Durango still makes a case for itself. Rear-wheel drive, available V8, real towing capacity. But the used market doesn't care about what it does on paper. At 59% depreciation, a $62,000 Durango becomes a $25,600 SUV in just 3 years. The core problem is age. The current Durango generation has been around for years, and while competitors were adding modern safety tech, updated interiors, and hybrid options, Dodge kept selling the same truck. Buyers notice. Resale data shows a 1-year-old Durango averaging just $43,407, a 30.8% drop from new. That's nearly $19,000 evaporated in 12 months. Dodge kept the Durango alive through a series of last call special editions, but the novelty has completely worn off. The high-performance versions, which once commanded premiums, are now losing value even faster as the muscle SUV trend officially fades out. The Dodge Hornet is one of the most confused vehicles on the market right now. It's a rebadged Alfa Romeo Tonale, sold under a brand known for muscle cars, in a segment dominated by the RAV4 and CRV. That combination of brand confusion, poor fit, and quality issues has been catastrophic for resale. And we're talking 59% depreciation in 3 years. By mid-2025, Dodge was offering $15,000 discounts on brand new Hornets just to clear dealer lots. When new cars are being sold that far under MSRP, the used market collapses almost overnight. Your 2025 Hornet is now worth less than a 5-year-old RAV4. Reliability complaints hit early, recalls followed, and buyers walked away fast. The Hornet proves that slapping a muscle car badge on a European compact SUV and hoping for the best isn't a strategy. It's a financial disaster waiting to happen. Alfa Romeo bet big on the Tonale, cracking the American compact SUV market. The Italian styling was supposed to turn heads and open wallets. Instead, only 3,383 Tonales found buyers in all of 2025. A disaster by any measure on a car that starts near $46,000. The problems stack up fast. A sparse U.S. dealership network, limited brand recognition, and a long-standing reputation for reliability issues, all combined to destroy resale. The 2024 Tonale has already been recalled 6 times, with owners reporting transmission delays, battery drain, sensor failures, and build quality concerns that set in almost immediately. The used market tells the whole story. A 2024 Tonale T-Wine with just over 20,000 miles is already listed under $20,000, down nearly 59% from its original price. Over 3 years, that number hits 61%. If you paid nearly $50,000 for this car, that should terrify you. Everything that hurts the Tonale hits the Stelvio just as hard. It's gorgeous to look at, genuinely fun to drive, and absolutely brutal on your bank account when it comes time to sell. Starting around $49,000, the Stelvio loses nearly 61% of its value in 3 years. That's roughly $30,000 gone. The driving experience isn't the problem. Enthusiasts love how this SUV feels behind the wheel. The problem is everything surrounding the ownership experience. A limited U.S. dealer network means service can be a nightmare. Low brand awareness among mainstream buyers means the used pool is tiny, and Alfa Romeo's reliability reputation scares off anyone considering a purchase out of warranty. The result is a vehicle that's wonderful to drive new and nearly impossible to sell used without taking a massive financial hit. The Range Rover looks like it should hold value forever. The presence, the badge, the luxury positioning, on the surface, it screams investment. But behind that image is one of the worst depreciation curves in the entire SUV market. At nearly 68% depreciation, some owners are losing well over $70,000 in just 3 years. Let that number sit for a second. The combination of reliability nightmares, insanely complex electronics, air suspension failures, and sky-high out-of-warranty repair costs destroys used buyer confidence completely. Once that 3-year warranty expires, the market runs. Nobody wants to absorb $3,000 to $5,000 repair bills on a vehicle they didn't buy new. And here's what many wealthy buyers have figured out. Just lease it, pay the loss monthly, write it off on taxes, and hand it back before the warranty ends. That strategy alone tells you everything about what this vehicle is actually worth once the clock runs out. Maserati's newest SUV has quickly become their newest disaster. The Grecale was supposed to bring Maserati to a broader audience and compete in the growing luxury compact SUV segment. Instead, it brought Maserati's problems to a broader audience. Starting between $70,000 and $85,000, the Grecale loses a staggering 71.9% of its value in just 3 years, according to CarEdge data. On a vehicle at that price point, the dollar loss is catastrophic. Owners report electrical malfunctions, software glitches, and dealer visits within the first few months of ownership. The tiny dealer network, low brand awareness outside enthusiast circles, and high maintenance costs make the used market nearly non-existent. Buyers with $40,000 to spend on a used SUV have dozens of better options, and they know it. And here we are. Number 1. The Maserati Levante shares the same brutal 71.9% depreciation rate as the Grecale, but the Levante starts at well over $100,000, which is exactly why it takes the top spot. We're talking about a 6-figure SUV losing more than 2/3 of its value in just 3 years. The dollar losses are catastrophic and almost hard to believe. Everything that destroys the Grecale hits even harder here. Low demand, a nearly non-existent dealer network, crippling maintenance costs, and long-standing reliability concerns, all stacked on top of a much higher starting price. Under the hood sits an engine with genuine exotic DNA. The driving experience is real, but none of that matters to the used car market, which prices this vehicle like it's worth almost nothing. That is the Maserati promise in 2026. Pay 6 figures for something the market won't give you half of back in 3 years. Once the warranty disappears, so do the buyers. And so does your money. There you have it. 12 gas-powered SUVs turning into financial disasters in record time. Whether it's reliability failures, brand collapse, aging platforms, or pure market rejection, the pattern is always the same. And these aren't just opinions. CarEdge, Kelley Blue Book, and Consumer Reports all back up what you just heard. The market is ruthless, and it doesn't care what you paid. So, before you sign anything on a new SUV, do your depreciation homework. And if you're already driving one of these, drop your story in the comments. We want to hear it. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next one.